today's task force and the first meeting of that task force was incredibly important. A number of very key important points came out of that. First of all, the majority of local authorities are willing to assist in refugee resettlement. I think that's a very positive step. The second thing was that it's clear we need to harness that public engagement and enthusiasm around assisting refugees. And so what we've decided is to create an online hub, a central online hub whereby people, members of the public, can get involved, can tell us if they're able to assist by giving up a room, accommodation, whether they have English teaching qualifications, whether they have befriending experience, and so on and so forth, or even if they want to donate to help in the refugee camps in southern Europe or indeed closer to Syria. So creating that online hub is going to be incredibly important, and that will come live in the next few days. And also, I would say from every single stakeholder that was present, there was a urgency in what we're doing as well. So very keen to move incredibly quickly so that if in the next few weeks refugees were to arrive in the UK, that Scotland is prepared to accept its fair share. The response from local government and from local authorities has been extremely positive. I'm really overwhelmed actually by how they've managed to get themselves together, 32 of them very quickly, managed to give responses to COSLA, managed to say to the Scottish Government that the majority of them are willing to play a role. Many of them have a lot of expertise, Glasgow City Council in particular, a history of welcoming asylum seekers and indeed refugees. Those councils that have that have been very willing to share their experience to other local authorities as well. So the response from local authorities has been hugely positive. Obviously they have questions around the funding package that may or may not come with refugee resettlement, but we'll be working closely with the UK Government to get some reassurances on that. I think the work that we're doing here in Scotland is going to make a huge difference for those that get resettled here in Scotland. We cannot imagine the horrors of which these people are escaping, from sexual violence to conflict to human rights abuses. The fact that people are getting into boats to escape, it must be pretty bad on land if you're willing to risk the water and risk those choppy seas and risk your children's lives. People don't do that lightly. They don't do it for a few quid here and there. They don't do it for a food bank voucher here or there. They do it because they believe that their lives, or perhaps more importantly, their children's lives is at risk. So by creating the conditions for a safe haven, I've got no doubt at all that we're saving lives, and we are going to save lives, and that's the least we can do. I think the response from the international community has been far too slow, but it's better late than never. So we can play our part in that, and we should be very, very proud of that, but we should ensure that all the necessary service provision is there so that when refugees do arrive, that we make their life as positive, and so that they can be positive contributors towards Scotland in the future.